Good morning, everybody. Real time, as you can tell by my beauteous look here and my raspy voice. Um, Over there, where is it at? See if I can point backward. Um, that is my coffee pot in the middle of my living room, bedroom floor because I blew a circuit and it's too early now and too late last night to pester my neighbor because I have a conjoined apartment, and in order to get to the basement, I have to go through her house to get to the basement to change the fuse. So I'm not dealing with that until later. So I hauled my coffee pot onto my floor. Have not made my bed. Clearly just woke up. Um, and that heaping pile is all of my medication, both bags, um, are meds and supplements. I take a lot of crap, and all of it is doctor stamped, sealed, and approved. But I am trying to cut down, um, especially in the morning, because the morning is when I tend to take most of my things. So I'm trying to cut down. Today is the first day that I've been able to not take any pain medication, any OTCs. I really want to stop the OTC thing if I can anyway, so it's just double duty. But um, next Wednesday, I have that brain examination, and I can not imbibe anything, um, no medication at all um, after midnight. And so I'm trying to downsize my medication, um, get used to longer and longer spans of not eating, um, and especially the medication, because that's really what's going to throw me, because I take all of my um, RA, chronic fatigue, um, and fibromyalgia. There's not really shit you can do for that. Sorry for the swearing, but it's the truth. But the OTCs do some, and the RA medication does some. Um, and then you stretch and try to de-stress. And I do. I take um, a serotonin uptake inhibitor. It's actually a psych med, but serotonin has been scientifically shown to help people with fibromyalgia. So I guess I do take my fibromyalgia meds, but I take all of my meds almost in the morning. So um, I'm not skipping my medication necessarily, the psych meds, but any extra supplements and things that I typically take, any OTCs that I take, I have been reducing them down and extending out my breakfast later and later because the surgery, if it goes as scheduled, they said expect that you might be pushed back for more critical surgeries because it is at a hospital and it's scheduled for 2:30. So I won't be eating anything till sometime in the evening, and I eat all the time. That's gonna be hard for me. So, yay, no OTCs today. Um, I wish they made an antidepressant that was as effective. Um, if my little experiment that I'm going to have to undertake to get my booster shot um, for COVID of 28 days sans RA meds um, will show me whether my diet change or my medication is helping me. Um, but whichever is helping me, um, I've gone from a 9 and 10 every day in dysfunction, exhaustion, pain, from head to toe, feeling like a bruise. Fibromyalgia, you pretty much just hurt everywhere. Even clothing irritates you, like having a sunburn or road burn on your body. Um, and RA, the robot walk, the stiff joints, the tenderness of your fingertips and feet, and joint ache, and etc. The worst first couple hours in the morning, chronic fatigue, exceptional exhaustion, where your body is like cement and you're dragging yourself through your life. Um, More than fatigue that I have ever known or experienced, except when I was bedriddenly ill. But you can't, you still have to do your life. Um, Even after diagnosis, unless you are literally at the severity where you're bedriddenly ill, that it certainly feels that way. And the brain fog and all of that. I've been, woo, over the last 5 days, and I've been on meds for a few months now. The Humira only about a month, but over the last 5 days, I feel instead of eights and nines, intense every day in dysfunction on all areas. Feeling ill, like I have the flu, confused, disoriented, not clear in my mind, um, exhausted and in pain from head to toe, feeling like a big bruise, and waking up is always the worst because of the RA. Having no energy to do basic life things. Um, I have felt threes, fours, and fives, which anyone who has been severely ill, um, there is no cure for anything that I have. Um, Treating is kind of guesswork for most of it. Um, RA is the only thing they have some concrete ideas of how to treat. The rest is just guesswork. And I finally feel better. And so far, so good. Anyone that's been severely ill, excuse me, especially for like years at a time, you have the first day after the flu, um, when you start to feel better, you feel like you're a superhero and you could climb a mountain or soar to the top of the Empire State Building. Because you just, the comparison between how poorly you did feel to coming out on the other side, even though you're not better, you're better than you were, feels monumentally better. So I'm not fixed by any stretch, but I feel monumentally better. And I'm not looking forward to the surgery for minor surgery for my brain, but it's a must. Gotta check things out in there. And I'm not looking forward to skipping all of my medication um, on that day, especially for the physical uh, side of things. Um, but we're gonna do our little experiment so I can get my booster shot of COVID vaccine, which will happen after the surgery. Um, but because of the surgery coming up, I'm downsizing all of my medication, and finally today, I've been at this for a couple weeks now. This is the first day that I have not had to take bareback and body. That tends to be my go-to because it kind of covers everything. And sometimes I would take one, sometimes I would take two, um, sometimes I would throw in some other things, but I'm okay today. Um, I do notice on my Humira that I have slower wound healing, which means that my immune system is suppressed. Um, because I fell on the sidewalk the other day. Yay, I'm sure that's good for my joints. I took a major nosedive, and there were a lot of people watching. So, go me. And I skinned up my elbow and my knee pretty good. Fortunately, I was wearing something like this. So I had a lot of clothing coverage to protect me, but I still have road burn and a big fat bruise on my elbow and my knee. And typically, they would heal really fast. It's been like a week, and it still looks just like it did. So I'm putting antibiotic ointment on it and keeping it covered. I don't really know the proper approach to wound healage, but that tells me that when they go in um, for the surgery, it's not going to close up as quickly as it would in the past. I may need to talk to doctors about putting a couple stitches in rather than just using that adhesive glue, where they're going to open me up to make sure that I don't pop it open. Um, and my dad used to not heal as well because of his diabetes. I do not have diabetes, thank God. Don't know how to do the thing, but thank you God, no diabetes. But um, I'm used to slow wound healing, but it is an indication that my immune system is suppressed, which is why um, having an autoimmune disorder, as it already I do, potentially a few of them, and that alone, plus being on immunosuppressants, why I need the booster shot. Um, but yeah, I've got to today straighten this mess, clean myself up, and go into the mental health office, pick up all my psych meds, and get my antipsychotic shot, and then meet my new psychiatrist via telephone, because they're still only doing telephone appointments, and try to talk them into not switching around my medications. Because now is just not the time, not with that surgery coming up, and not with me adjusting to a medication that last time I had a massive whole body allergic reaction to. Um, and then they said to expect to get sick again when I go off my meds. And we'll see just how sick. That'll tell me how much my diet change is helping me versus my meds helping me. Um, but we don't need anything new thrown into the mix of questions of why I'm having certain symptoms, physical or mental, um, whether it's due to my RA medication that they're trying out or swapping around my psychiatric medications. Now is not the time. And so I'm going to try and talk him into not changing anything, and try and talk my boyfriend into changing the fuse for me. Because I'll watch, so I know how to do it next time, but I don't know. I just don't want to pester the lady to go into her house by myself. But I have no room on any of my devices, sans this one, which will probably be filled up by this video right here. This lovely mess of a rambly vlog. And I can't record until I get everything cleared off. So I have a couple of stored videos, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up this month. I might have to take a little hiatus given everything that I have going on. Excuse me. Allergies. I've newly developed allergies. Don't know what that's about, but I did have a huge allergic reaction to Humira the first time. Um, so they're having me take allergy medications throughout the time that I'm using it, and that might be part of it. But I will say, whether it's food or the Humira, whatever has led me to 4s and 5s, some days are worse than others, some days are better, but every day is better than it was for 2 years straight. Um, I thank God. Thank God, thank the universe, thank everything and everyone for whatever is doing it, and yeah, I'm so happy that I don't want to change anything. That's why I'm eating the exact same way I ate when I felt well that day, um, and very, very minimally including fruits and vegetables and things like that, because I don't want to completely screw up my microbiome um, by not having a diversity of food in my diet. But I'm just giving them a little bit, um, and still sticking to mostly high protein, healthy proteins, and very little carbohydrate, no dairy, no bread, no sugar besides fruit sugar. Um, I don't want to starve my good bacteria. They're essential for our health. So having a variety of like vegetables is really important, and some fruit is really important. I don't want to just live on nuts, seeds, avocados, and meat. That wouldn't be good for my overall health in the long run. But I'm afraid to vary it too much because I feel good, comparatively. Um, the next 28 days will tell on that, starting the 21st through the 5th of October. I'm not going to be well. We'll see how well I'm not well. But for right now, whether it's the meds or the change in diet, I'm not doing anything different because God bless feeling slightly less crap, um, more able to function in my day. Um, I only wish they had psychiatric medication that was as effective. I mean, some of my psych meds must be effective because I haven't gone and had a psychotic episode in a number of years now since they first treated me again from that last episode that I had. Um, that's the second episode. I've had 2 in total over my lifetime, um, from severe mania, um, mixed episodes, psychotic episodes, so they were unpleasant and they were psychotic. And I haven't had that. So, it's under control. My sleep is relatively okay. I wake a little too early, oftentimes, but I end up making up for it. Um, like last night, I slept a lot. Um, and that's a bonus too, because that is huge for your overall health, for your immune system, which is compromised through medication, for all of your symptoms, for autoimmune disorders, for your general health, etc. And it typically comes along with these problems that you have problems sleeping. So I can count my lucky stars on that one. And so they're doing something right with my psych meds. I just wish I could be happier. uh, I wish that, I'm happier because I feel better. I don't feel fixed, but I feel better. And that's to be celebrated and appreciated every day. when I have a not so good day and I don't feel as good as I have been, and I want to woe is me, um, or be down about it or drudge my way through the day. I just remember how I used to feel not very long ago, about a week ago, for years. Um, I hold fast to how painful and exhausted and sick um, I felt just a week ago, and try to remember how bad that is when I'm not having a good day, um, physically, when I'm like at a 6 or a 7, what a 9 and 10 feels like. uh, and appreciate, focus on how good I feel compared to how bad I felt, not how bad I feel on any particular day. Um, but the change is so noticeable. I wish that they could put me on an antidepressant that was just as noticeable um, in my mood. That would be nice. I've never been on a psychiatric medication that I really noticed the difference. Kind of like taking Tic Tacs, but they say they're good for me, and I haven't gone psychotic, so they're doing something. But I will consider down the line, when things calm down for me medically and I get my booster shot, get back on my RA medication, get feeling good, um, get more organized. Half my kitchen is out. That's the only plug in the house that works until I change that fuse. All my devices are full and I'm behind on my YouTube, and um, it's got too much going on to change anything now. But I will talk to my new psychiatrist. I don't even know if it's a man or a woman, about trying some other antidepressants. The only reason why I'm on one, being bipolar, because bipolar people are not typically given antidepressants because it risks you becoming manic, even if you're on a mood stabilizer. And that's the last thing they want for me because I have a history of dysphoric mania, mixed episodes, and psychosis, long-lasting psychosis. So, the only reason why I'm on it is for medical purposes for my physical conditions. But I don't notice it boosting my mood at all. Um, I wish that they could find a medication for me that I felt the difference. You know, like when you wake up in the morning, you're like, like, you know, cartoonishly happy, unrealistically happy, but noticeably happier without having to do a bunch of hurdles and practices and self-talk and convincing myself to have the best positive attitude possible given everything that may or may not be going on in my life and in my body. It's work. It's work, not natural. Um, and it would be nice to have a noticeable difference in my level of general well-being mentally, that I think a different or stronger antidepressant would help with. But they are not going to want to do that. It took a lot of negotiation between uh, rheumatology and my psychiatrist before I ever even wound up on an antidepressant. So we'll see. This is really long. I probably shouldn't even make it public. I am just rambling. Um, I'm going to try to do yoga for the first time in several days. No OTCs, limited supplements and other things, and try to do a semblance of a normal morning routine. And then clean myself up. My boyfriend gets here, we'll fix the fact that I have one working outlet in my apartment. And pester my neighbor, sorry neighbor. And it's off to meet my new psychiatrist. Hope he doesn't change all my meds around and just throw a big monkey wrench in things. And get a shot. Get another shot. I get a lot of shots. And then it's off to work. So that is my day. And if I fall short on posting every day this month, I'm really sorry. It just might have to happen. There's just too much going on. Accept reality as it is sometimes. I'm gonna do my best, but I can't make any promises. Oh, peace, love, disaster. Good morning. Bye. Love you guys. I'm done. Half an hour. No one's gonna watch this. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I got in here for a purpose and I completely lost it because I just crawled out of bed. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day.